Hello, my all dear students. Dear students, very most welcome to all of you in this our online lecture series. So today we are going to discuss your next important topic. The topic is latent heat. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss the all concept about of latent heat. As you know, we have seen in my previous class when we supply heat energy to any ice piece which is in solid form. When we will supply heat energy to this solid piece, we have seen it in my previous class, in my previous lecture also. When we shall supply heat energy to this ice piece, then it will melt and it will convert from solid state to water state, or we can say also it is in liquid state. Here we have seen, after supplying this heat energy, it is a source of heat energy. Then we have seen ice melts and it has been converted into liquid state from solid state. So during this changing of states also we have seen its temperature was constant. Its temperature is constant. We have seen it. So dear students, also from liquid to vapor, from the conversion of we have seen from liquid to vapor also we have seen. From liquid to vapor also we have seen the temperature is constant. Temperature was constant also we have seen, and we have seen it the more heat, and also we can say more heat will required to change its state from liquid to vapor. It have seen more heat will required. Dear students, here we have told you when this ice piece has been converted into liquid state from solid state or into water, then temperature was constant. We have told you many times. And also we have told you when it has been converted from liquid to vapor, then during this phase change, during this state change, its temperature was constant also. During both the condition is first condition is this ice has been converted from solid to liquid, and this liquid has been converted from liquid to vapor in the second example or second case we have told you. But in both cases we have told you during change of states, temperature is constant. Temperature of both is constant. We can say during change of state temperature is constant. We have told you many times, when any substance, any matter is changes its states, when any matter changes its states, during this changing of states of any matter, of any substance, always keep the temperature constant. So where this temperature or this supplying heat energy, question is this supplying heat energy where goes, from where to where goes, then question answer of this question, this supplied energy, this supplied heat energy goes from system to surrounding. This supplied heat energy goes from system goes from system to surrounding. System to surrounding. Dear students, we have told you many times during the change of state. So for any matter, for any substance, temperature is always constant. So question arises when B cell supply heat energy to any substance continue way. Then sometimes its temperature rises after temperature rising to the maximum point, to the highest point. It changes its states. But we keep our source, our heat energy source continue way. So question arises when any substance changes or any matter changes its states, then where this supplied heat energy goes. Then answer of this question is this supplied heat energy goes from system to surrounding. It waste, it loss of during the or we can say in other words, when heat energy supplied from any heat energy source, then this heat energy firstly rises the temperature of any substance, any given substance or matter which have chosen, and after this, after some time, after maximum point of temperature rising of any substance, then it changes its state. When it starts changing its state, then during this changing of states, its temperature is always constant. So but we have kept my source energy in continue way, my source heat energy in continue way. Then question arises where this energy, this heat energy, supplied heat energy goes. Then answer of this question is this supplied heat energy goes from system to surrounding, and system in continue way changes its state. Now we shall see with the help of example. What is example we can choose here. The very simple example of this concept is water. When water is in solid form, solid means here we can say ice, then when B cell supply heat energy, then it melts, and when it melts, its temperature constant. During this changing of states, this heat energy, where goes this heat energy, this supplied heat energy. Then at this time, when this ice is converting into liquid or melting, then this supplied heat energy goes into the surrounding. So here we want to introduce latent heat. This heat energy which is lossing into the surrounding from the system, from the substance during the change of state is known as latent heat. Here we want to revise the definition of latent heat. Dear students, as we have told you, it was, or in example we have taken the piece of ice here, and then we have supplied heat energy from source. Then we have seen it melts, and when it melts, then it is converting from solid to liquid, we can say. So when this is converting its state from solid to liquid, then we have told you its temperature is constant during this changing, and when this temperature is constant, then we can say this supplied heat energy is going from system to surrounding. This going or amount of heat which is going from system to surrounding, during the change of state, when it is melting, means we can say it is changing its state. When it is changing its state from solid to liquid state after supplying heat energy, then this waste heat of energy, this supplied heat energy into the surrounding from system is known as latent heat. Dear students, here we want to introduce again the heat required during a change of state depend upon the heat of transformation and the mass of the substance undergoing change of states. So if we shall choose the amount of or quantity of substance we have chosen is m, then amount of heat per unit mass which was chosen or quantity we have chosen is known as latent heat, or in other words we can say Q is equal to ml. Here dear students, L is latent heat. Here capital L is latent heat. Definition of latent heat is same. Either substance or matter is converting its state from solid to liquid, or it is changing its state from liquid to vapor or gaseous state. The definition of this latent heat is same. This latent heat is same. Here what is the definition of latent heat? The heat required changing of during a change of state per unit mass. Heat required here Q is heat required during the changing of states, and m is a quantity which we have chosen from any particular substance or any particular matter. So I hope the definition of latent heat has been clear to all of you. So amount of latent heat, or we can say latent heat, is related to directly amount of heat energy supplied. If we shall choose m is equal to unit, the quantity which we have chosen, then we can see latent heat is equal to supplied heat energy. So we can say the definition of latent heat: supplied heat energy. Dear students, if any substance or matter is converting from liquid to solid state, then also converse part is also true. So here we can say, as we have told you, supplied heat energy. Also we can say it may also release energy or remove energy. Also we can say remove heat energy. Removed heat energy. Supplied heat energy, it may also removed heat energy. Per unit mass of substance, this substance may be given. Per unit mass of substance during a change of state. Is known as latent heat of that substance, or we can say of that quantity of substance, Dear students, here m represents the mass of the substance which we have chosen. So we can say L is equal to Q by m. Here L is latent heat of given substance or which we have chosen, latent heat. Q is amount of heat. Q is amount of heat. M is mass of quantity, mass of substance, mass of given substance. We can write here given substance. So here we can write also the unit of latent heat. Unit of latent heat. Unit of latent heat we can write from this formula. L is equal to Q by M. Q is in joule, it is a energy, and M is a kilogram. So we can write joule per kilogram or joule kilogram inverse. We can write here joule kilogram inverse. So dear students, we have seen the complete definition of latent heat and introduction of latent heat. So here if any substance is converting from solid to liquid, then this latent heat or this supplied energy during this change of states is known as latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion. And also dear students, if any substance or matter is converting from liquid to vapor or gaseous state also we can say, then during this changing of state the required heat energy per unit mass is known as latent heat of vaporization. It is also known as vaporization in this given condition. Under this given condition, latent heat of fusion is denoted by LF in suffix small f, and latent heat of vaporization is we can denote LV in suffix small v. So dear students, if we shall see the characteristic or graph between latent heat and temperature, or we can say supplied heat during the changing of state and temperature. If we shall draw the temperature and in example we have chosen the piece of ice. If we shall see the temperature into this axis in degree Celsius, and if we shall choose heat on this axis, then dear students, as we have told you, we have chosen here example of ice, which was firstly in negative temperature, then we have supplied heat energy, then it have converted, it have reached to its melting point 0 degree Celsius, and it starts melting. Then firstly its temperature rises. Its temperature was firstly in negative value. With negative value we can say in negative or minus 10 degree Celsius. Then we have added heat, we have supplied heat energy. Then by supplying heat energy we have seen it is its temperature rises. Firstly here we can see heat energy rises here. Supplied heat we have increased, we can see, and temperature is also increased. From this line we have seen during this changing of states, during this changing of states means here is its state, it is not changing at this time when its temperature rising. We have told you when any substance or matter changing its state, then temperature is constant. Here we have told you, firstly the temperature of this ice was 10 degrees Celsius. Then we have supplied heat energy minus 10 degrees Celsius. Then it will go 0 degrees Celsius towards to 0 degree Celsius. Firstly its temperature was negative 10 degrees Celsius. So here when we have supplied this heat energy, then its temperature rises. Here we have drawn curve between temperature and heat energy. Then we have seen its temperature rises firstly after supplying heat energy. Then when it will reach to the 0 degree Celsius, we can say here it is 0 degree Celsius. Then it starts converting its states. When it starts converting its state, then during this change of states, its temperature rises, but heat energy continue increasing. Here this line represent phase change. Phase change. Here we can say phase change. This line representing phase change. Dear students, this is also known as melting point. This temperature is known as value of this temperature is known as when it starts melts, then it is its temperature is constant, and this constant temperature is known as melting point. Also we have told you in the definition of melting point. So when the whole ice has been converted into the liquid state at this temperature, then its temperature rises again, because here heat energy supplying in continue way to this ice slab, or it has been this ice slab or ice piece has been converted into liquid state. In this phase changing, we have seen at this temperature all ice has been melts. When all ice has been melts, then it has been converted into the liquid state. When after again when the supplied energy we have increased, or in continue way this heat energy, this supplied heat energy is in continue way, then we can see during the changing of states its temperature is constant, but when it again its temperature rises when all ice or ice piece has been converted into liquid state. Then after supplying heat energy in continue way, the temperature of this liquid state has been rises, or have rises. Here we can say the temperature of liquid can rise at maximum 100 degrees Celsius. We have told you the maximum temperature which can have this liquid is 100 degrees Celsius in Celsius. We have told you. So the firstly when this ice has been converted, whole ice has been converted into liquid state, then after supplying heat energy its temperature rises, starts rising. When its temperature starts rising, then we have told you its temperature may rise from 0 to maximum 100 degrees Celsius. Then again its temperature is constant, because here in this condition its phase also changing from liquid to vapor. Its phase changing again, phase changing. Dear students, we can see from this graph phase change from solid to liquid, the amount of heat energy is less, but here we can say in this line we can say its temperature rising. In this line here temperature rising means 0 to 100 degrees Celsius after supplying heat energy. We can see from this line is we can see here, we can see very well this line representing its temperature rising after supplying heat energy. Then when it will reach at the maximum value of temperature 100 degrees Celsius, then its phase changing again. So during this phase changing, we have told you its temperature is constant, means 100 degrees Celsius its temperature is constant during this changing of states of this substance. So here we can say it is a gas state. It is a gaseous phase. We can say gas phase. It is liquid phase. We can say it is liquid phase. And also we have told you, dear students, it is boiling point. It is temperature of this value is boiling point. Here we can say this is boiling point, and it is melting point. We have told you all these definition in my previous class. So here we have seen the variation of temperature with latent heat, or heat energy supplied or removed. So dear students, we can see here during this from solid to liquid, during this changing of phase, we can see very easily the less heat energy, the supplied energy is less compared to this, because here when we are going from on this line from left to right, then heat energy, supplying heat energy, value of this supplying heat energy increasing. So here we can see 3.33 into 10 to power 5 joule per kg heat energy here during or we can say from solid to liquid required heat energy from solid to liquid. During this changing of phase, we have seen the amount of heat energy required 3.33 into 10 power 5 joule per kilogram. So and also we have seen when it is converting its phase changing from liquid to gaseous state, then this amount of heat energy is 22.6 multiplied by 10 to power 5 joule per kg. Then we can see very easily when any liquid or substance is converting from liquid state to gaseous state, then heat energy, this supplied heat energy more and more, very large. So we have learnt many times, or we have heard also many times the why the burns from steam are usually more serious than those from boiling water. We can see B burns more from steam. B burns more or very large from, we can say, steam, from steam compared to boiling water, compared to boiling water. Why we can say very easily, because steam, here we have seen steaming of this liquid, this water, we have seen this heat energy, this latent heat 22.6, which is very large, 22.6 multiplied by 10 to power 5 joule per kilogram. But in this case we have seen 3.3 in the liquid state, we have seen 3.33 into 10 power 5 joule per kilogram. So we can say very easily, and we have feel also this example in our everyday life, B burns more from steam compared to boiling water. Why? The answer of this question is because the latent heat region is, because latent heat is very large. Latent heat is very large in case of steam. In case of steam, compare to we can say boiling water, compare to boiling water. So dear students, today we shall stop here, and we shall discuss our next topic according to your syllabus, which is heat transfer. So in our next lecture we shall see the all concept about of heat transfer. Heat transfer in also we shall see in liquid, in solid, in many way. Here in your syllabus the method of heat transfer has been given into three parts. First is conduction, second is conduction, and convection. First is conduction, second is convection, and third is radiation. So we shall see all these in upcoming lectures. So today we shall stop here. Thank you very much.